Hey guys, welcome back. So here we have pictured basically what I've gotten for upgrading the castle Grayskull. It's just a couple of pieces I thought would just make it look a little bit nicer and a bit more fun. So we'll just go through them. Some of them you may have seen before in previous videos, but if not, we'll do a small recap. So if we have a look around here, Skelebob's really tired, he's taking a rest there. We've got the pedestal here from Classics Sorceress, I believe, and we've got the power orb. I featured this in another video if you want more detail for that. Just basically a marble they ordered off another company. It wasn't a bespoke product, but it still looks really cool with some lighting behind it. And I did clean this up because again this was second hand and it did have some silver paint down here which did look kind of nice, but yeah, I wanted it original. So I cleaned it all up, and there was some hot glue in here which I cleaned out as well and gave it all a good polish, so it turned out really well. Otherwise, buying this new, you would have had to buy two separate figures, which would have gotten really expensive, so I lucked out on this. I was very lucky. So we'll just move that to the side. You'll have to excuse, we've got emergency services running past. Sorry about that. So here we have something else I've featured in a previous video as well. This is a... hang on, we're going to have to wait. Yeah, that's a common occurrence, unfortunately, where I live. So this is a vintage gun turret. I explained why I went through this again in a previous video. It's just this looks way nicer than the one that came with the castle, which looks, as I've said before, like a bath toy. Absolutely terrible. This is funky and is exactly as I remember it as a kid, so that was kind of cool to have this. So what else have we got here? These two I've never really mentioned. I've just stuck them in the background. These were actually out of a hot sauce container I used to live in Japan, and they were keychains. I think it was Blaine's hot sauce from what we set up there. They're just cool alchemy style, if you remember that brand, kind of skulls, and they look nice just lying around the castle. So I've kept these in my guitar pick case for years because I just love skulls, but there's finally a place to put them now, so that's kind of cool. Very nice, very well done. And here, these are actually with the castle, and I'll take a picture of these up later on. But I just bought some extra ones. The castle came with two, so a couple of fellas are selling different kind of parts for this castle. So I thought I'd get them all, and then there won't be any spots missing. They're all covered, so it looks really nice. I'll explain that a little bit later. But yeah, I picked up two green and a darker one as well. Again, I'll explain why in a sec. Yeah, it's just nice to have the spaces filled rather than putting one here or putting one there. I just like to have them all filled out, and it makes the castle look more luxurious, I guess. The old castles used to have banners lying down everywhere, so it looked really cool. So they're really nice. We'll put those up later and I'll show you why. Now, this was in a previous video that I'm still editing at this present moment, but that'll be up first. These are the chains from the Classics figure Loader. I just thought these would be cool sitting up in the castle, because every castle needs a dungeon, some shackles, and some just cool little decorations and lighting. So yeah, these will probably sit up here somewhere, but again, I'll set it all up so you'll know exactly where I was going with all of this later on. But I just love a set of manacles. It would have been nice if these were metal, but again, they're from the Masters of the Universe range, so I'm quite happy with that. And Lodar is a really cool figure. He's really growing on me. Yeah, but they're really cool. Really nice set. And what else we got here? So I've gone through again in a previous video, one of these. I had a multicolored lighting switch which are started by LEDs, activated by magnets. This is it. This is not it. Where's the multicolor one? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Ah, terrible luck. So it's got to be this one. This is the multicolour one, and I just could not find another one online to save my life. Even from the original guy that I bought them from, they're all sold out. You'll have to excuse the emergency surface again, something's crazy going on. The reason why I got these, I thought there'd be some nice ambient lighting in the evening. You're going to have to excuse that. This is why I usually film at night. There's less chance of that happening. Alright, they've buggered off. So these I just want to put one on each subsection of the castle there. Like I said, to give it a bit of ambient lighting. It looks really, really cool. But again, I'll set that up to show you exactly what I mean later on. But yeah, I really fell in love with these small little lights. They're actually for Gundam models for their center chests, I believe. So I got the next best thing, not being able to find one more of these. I got these all yellow, basically because they're brightest and give a nice contrast towards the green. So I'll set those up. You just put a bit of blue tack on here if you like. Just stick them anywhere you like. They're absolutely awesome. But again, we'll pop those up in a sec. I won't mix those up again. Get these out of there, and they're quite sturdy too. Just ran by a watch battery. Move Skelebob alone. We don't want to wake him up. Waking the dead, as it were. And again, I got one of these just for a little bit of decoration around the castle. I love these little skeletons. Again, I've got a full video explaining where I got these. They've actually two. Very, very cool little guys. Now, these I found really, really cool. I love this idea, and I wish Mattel would do some more of this, which they have. This is the base plate now, and these little guys, little dragons, came with the base plate, which I absolutely love. Now, this was molded out of the exact same plastic as Castle Grayskull, so it has these little flecks. I'm not sure if they're coming up on camera, but they're actually in the plastic. So, whatever you think of it, I'm glad that it matches the castle exactly. So just a little bit of extra what would you call it, I'm not sure what you call it, decoration. That's what I'm after as well, for dioramas if you like. So, I mean, you can make your own and stuff, but I love that you can get these factory, if it were. I'm a car guy, I'm just going to call it factory. And these little guys came with it as well. I kind of call these little Bill and Ted, but these are the dragons that come with it. Cool little guys. If you see here, they've got a grasping claw, so they're supposed to be able to hang off the turret of Castle Grayskull, which they kind of don't. If you put it on them, they kind of stick out. I saw one guy just put it in hot water and bend this down, which is quite okay. But I don't really want to do that. I kind of like them as they sit here, like a little pet or whatnot. Little mise en scène, that's the word I'm after. Mise en scène, French word for the parts in a scene. And this is the other one. Obviously, this is a wingless version. Let's see if we can bring him up nice and close. Almost exactly the same mold, but not quite. It's just a really cool little detail, and these are featured in a lot of the artwork and packages on the new stuff. Now, this all came from Battlefield Warriors from 2021. So the base plate comes with a battle damage Battle Cat and battle damage He-Man with the vacuum chromed armor. I didn't want the figures. I'm only going to do 7. Well, I'm not collecting really anything anymore. I just wanted this extra, unless something amazing comes out like Point Dread. You won't have to twist my arm. It'll be completing the castle, and I'll do a video on that if it does come out. Again, I'm focusing on my car now, so I'm going to give it a rest. But yeah, I saw the base plate instantly, and although the display for the He-Man or whatever looked really, really cool, actually I'll show a picture courtesy of the Mattel website. It's still available if you want something like this. I'll edit it in here. Yeah, I like the idea of having this just to extend the play area of the castle. I just really think this is cool. Now, Stridor, the He-Man's horse, I've always thought he was Fisto's horse just by the way he was designed as a kid, because I did have Stridor. He comes with a little base plate too, with a little fence. I've been trying to find one loose, but I've had no luck so far. So if you have one, let me know. It's supposed to say it connects to the castle, just like this one's supposed to connect to the castle, but they don't really. They just kind of sit near the castle, And the other piece that I saw was from the Wind Raider that comes out as well. That also has a little computer base plate or a flight stand, and that all matches as well. And again, I haven't been able to find one of those loose. I could buy the whole thing and then sell it off. That's a lot of hassle. I don't really want to go through that. It's a lot of stress. But yeah, I was lucky enough to find this loose online, and I think it just looks cool just sitting outside, or you could just put it in the play area here, but I don't think it quite matches, but I do like it out the front, and we'll show that a little bit later. And these guys, I mean, you can just sit them around on the castle. They're just really cool. Or even, I'm not sure if you follow DC Comics, but the new Teen Titans, I believe, there's a bad guy called Trigon or Trigon. He has little demons called Darklings, and I'll just show you the cover of that right now and edit it in here. If you've got that figure, I think it was a DC special edition or something like that, these would look really cool sitting next to him as well. So they're not just for Castle Grayskull, you know, any kind of, I guess, fantasy type diorama that you're doing. These would really work nicely as well. Yeah, but they're really cool. Anyway, so what I'll do, I'll just set it up to show you exactly what I'm after, what I was going for all this. So just give me a sec and I'll set it up, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Oh, actually, before I do, no, I'll show you in a minute. Alright, give me a tick. Okay guys, and there we have it, pretty much set up. So you've got the power all happening over here. We've put the lights in obviously, but it's a bit too bright to actually get any mood there, so I'll close the blinds in a sec so we can see. But just to give you a vague idea basically of the ribbons. I just wanted a lot more up there, so you've got the darker ones down here facing towards the elevator, like a medieval exit sign, facing towards the door. And then you've got the green ones up the top as well, so you can see it's got the exit, and then it's coming down, and then the exit towards the door. I don't know, fire safety I guess for Castle Grayskull. Yeah, set up, it all looks pretty nice. But I think that's pretty much it for messing around with Castle Grayskull again, unless the, well, it is coming out, Point Dread. I think that's what it's called. I had that as a kid too, so it'd be nice just to finish it off, and I'll make a video if I do end up with that. There's also a Snake Mountain, but I'll probably say no to that. We'll see how cool it looks. But yeah, you've got the vibe, and Skelebones up here. I think it looks really nice. Something else you also notice too is that I've blacked out the windows. What would be really cool if you get a 3D print of an inside frame, old school fantasy style on this side, with a black sponge going through, so you can just push into the window and then take it out, unless, you know, if you want the windows open or if you want them closed. The reason I did that is just it looks better from the outside when you're taking photos. It just gives it a bit more solidity, I guess, if that's a word. So yeah, we'll turn that around in a minute and I'll show you the base plate, how I'd like to have that set up. Okay guys, this is just an update. I'm putting some blackouts in the windows. It'd be cool if someone could 3D print like plugs you could just pop into the windows or take out if you wish, but since we don't have that, I thought I'd just use this, and then what's left of my art book cover here, which is perfect for a lot of this kind of stuff. Just going to cut these out and use some blue tack and then stick them across the windows. They're slightly a bit larger, so I can affix them to it. And I also got this printed out too as a, not just a play mat, but a backing for some upcoming figure reviews, I guess. It turned out really well. Alright guys, so yeah, back to it. I'll show you the result when it's done. Cheers. So I've turned off the, closed the blinds, but yeah, again, it's not enough brightness to really see, but in the real world here it actually lights up pretty well. Yeah, just not quite enough here to show. I guess I could put more lighting through, but you get the gist. So yeah, let's flip it around and I'll show you the front, and that's Castle Renovations all done. So let's check it out. Just give me a moment and we'll set it up. Okay guys, so out the front too, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I've, again, as I mentioned before, I've blacked out all the windows. I basically used my art cover book, the non-glossy side, the satin side, so there's no, or little light reflecting off of it, just for pictures. And yeah, it's the same stuff that I used for the cage floor, if you remember, in another video. And what else did I use it for? Oh, that's right, the grate for the Dwell of Souls. Was it Dwell of Souls? No, it was the dungeon grate, that's right, just to make it look a little better. Again, that's in another video where I did all that. But you can see here, I just like it out. You could bring this really, really close if you like, and then it looks like it actually continues up here and around. The Classics castle actually has a ledge where you can go around. There's a secret entrance, which is absolutely awesome. I wish this had it, and that would be a secret door, where actually the Classics side, Scareglow from my previous video, has that reliquary where you can open it. Well, unfortunately this castle doesn't, but that's fine. But I like to leave it out like this, so when you've got the drawbridge down, it actually looks nice. So if you have a look here, we'll open it up and I'll just show you what that looks like. Just let me get my makeshift sword and pop it in there. So it's also good with the blacked out windows as well, just if you want to have lighting on the inside for whatever reason you want to do that as well, it doesn't block it out. We have a look here. Pop that down. And away we go. I'll just see if you can see in the background, I actually got an image of a Castle Grayskull wall off the net, messed around with it in Photoshop, took it down to the printers and did the Photoshop. So you'll see those in the previous videos that I've done when I just did the figures. That's how I did the background there. But it also gives the castle more depth rather than just showing exactly what's behind it. I think that's really, really cool. Obviously I've got some lighting in there and you can tell with the blacked out windows and whatnot, it just, yeah, there's no light shining through to make it look worse. I think that looks really, really good. I'll just pop a figure out there and we'll see what it looks like there. Hang on, one tick. And there we have Scareglow. So even just as a standalone piece, just this here without the castle or anything, and you know, if you're up for space like I am, you could just have your figure standing here and it looks just as good. It looks really, really great. Something I forgot to mention too, I actually bought these separate. So the dragons I bought separate and the base plate I bought separate. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I was just scrounging around eBay just trying to get exactly what I wanted. A bit of patience came through. You look better a little bit this way. There we go. Now he's obviously a 7-inch figure, so he's out of scale, but with the right photography I don't mind so much. It was more just owning something that I had as a child and something that I didn't have as a child. But yeah, that's Castle Grayskull Renovations. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. I've got one more Master of the Universe video coming. One vehicle that most Master of the Universe fans will instantly recognise. But yeah, I'll make a video on that one next, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching guys. Cheers. And before I run off, I thought I'd just show him on the inside too with the lighting. I think that looks really cool. Definitely wouldn't go inside on this little fella. Yeah, he looks like he owns the castle. Skeletor will look just as good under there. Yeah, but it's been fun messing around for it the last couple of months. This has been really good. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I just thought I'd show you again. Thanks people.